The storm is finally here, guys, and if you're like the metal detecting community and myself, you are probably very, very excited about Garrett Metal Detector's new machine, the Vortex. I am proud to say that I've been using this thing for quite some time now, doing some testing with Garrett, and I have some footage to share with you guys with this machine in a lot of different environments, searching underwater, in the water, and you guessed it, for relics in the field. So without any further ado, let's go see what we can find. Worth mentioning is all of these sites have been pounded by myself and many other metal detectors. So anything we find today will be stuff that was missed or left behind. I'm guessing you guys saw how this thing folds down. And this is something that Garrett's been missing for quite a while. Unless you've had the Axiom. The Axiom folds up really nicely. But this machine right here condenses down into a very small size, making it very easy to backpack in and out. Also, it makes it easy to dive with. So let's see what we can find at this 1830s gold camp. So check this out. First good relic of the day. I wanted y'all to hear it. This is what it sounded like. You hear it's a little scratchy? That's because there's a lot of iron around it right here. There were literally square nails all the way around this thing. So I don't know if it was hanging on the wall and then the house or the hotel was pushed down or what. But you see the gear right there? That gear would have grabbed the wick and it would have ran through that center part. And as you dialed right there, the wick would go up and down on the lantern. I'm trying to get this thing angled just right where you guys can see it. But it does say something batch, it looks like. Which should have been the brand name. I thought I saw a patent date, but it's pretty roached, guys. But if I had to guess, this thing is definitely gonna be time period. It's reading like 67 to 70. Gotta love GoPros. My GoPro just died mid-clip. This is a beautiful little flat button, and it does look like it's time period. As mentioned, this is an 1830s gold camp. So I'm very excited to have this. This is a cool little relic. We have found several here in the past, but this is one that we missed. So I just had a signal right here. Now, in the beginning, it was around 58, but after I stuck my shovel in the ground, it's starting to get higher. And to me, that's always a good sign. I already see it. Lead does not hide itself very well in the dirt. The white is shining through. This little bitty musket ball, it looks like it may be a .40 caliber. Just because it is a musket ball does not mean that there was a battle here. That's just what type of gun they used in the 1830s. Very cool. So, just like anybody that gets a new detector, I've been digging a lot of iron today, just to make sure I'm not missing anything good. Let's see what this is. So here it is, guys. It was only about 4 inches deep. Thought it was a piece to a fence at first, but seeing how this thing looks, it almost looks like it's a blacksmith, very primitive horse tack of some kind. I don't know if that could have been the bit being spiraled like that, but you guys let me know in the comments below if you guys know what that is. So we did change locations and get into the water. It is already hot in Alabama, and you can't stand being in the woods too long when it's 100 degrees. So let's put the Vortex to the test in the water and see what comes out of here. This site is an 1860s lumber town that thrived into the 1920s. I am actually metal detecting the original river crossing. You can see on the other side of the bank kind of the indention where the wagons would have came across. All right, so I do have my waterproof headphones on. I'm gonna unplug those right now though for you guys to be able to hear this target. Take a listen to this. Inside a bottle cap, we may have our first find of the day right here. It's caught in the rock crevice. I know a lot of you may be watching the time lapse and going, man, he's metal detecting rocks. But these little crevices right here catch stuff that's washing downstream. So let's see what this is. So right here in this crack, I just pulled this out. Oh, it's got a piece to a harmonica reed. Heck yeah, we'll take that. Not a bad first relic for the Vortex. I'm not positive, but this looks like a piece to an old wood burning stove. Let's see how waterproof the Vortex is. Let's put this thing on the bottom of a clear spring and go see what we can find. So if you can't tell, this is a freshwater spring. The cave head to this spring is about, I don't know, maybe a half a mile from here. And it is diveable, but it's straight down. And all I have is my hookah set up today. I do apologize for the wetsuit and myself. It may look like a anaconda swallowed an elephant. While I'm underwater though, we are going to be talking about the metal detector and some of the features. Keep in mind though, this site is an area that is probably just going to produce a lot of clad, so I may not be turning the camera on and off a whole bunch showing you anything cool, but at least there's some good scenery. So first off, I want to ask you guys that are not subscribed to the channel to be sure that you reach right down in the bottom corner and hit that subscribe button where you don't miss any future Vortex videos. There's going to be a bunch coming. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this video right now, you're going to be watching it while I'm probably metal detecting in Virginia with the Vortex. So keep that in mind. The Garrett machine, one of the things that they've been advertising is the multi-dimensional, multi-frequency technology. And a lot of people wanted to know what that was. I know they teased it for a little while. Basically what it is it allows for the machine to read deeper and more accurately with its target analysis and the ID. So it's one of those things that just gives you a little more clarity as to what's in the ground. The targets that are detected and analyzed using multiple frequencies simultaneously, as well as utilizing multiple dimensions of conductivity and ferrous iron content. So it gets deep really fast. Just know that it's better. How about that? And they are advertising this as the world's first fully transformable metal detector series. So you've got the VX5, the VX7, and the VX9. Obviously, as you go up in number, the more powerful the machine is, allowing for more frequencies and things like salt mode, which is pretty cool. The adjustability or the recovery speed control is only available on the VX7 and VX9 models. I will tell you this, that is a huge deal, guys. I mean, it makes a massive difference as far as how fast the machine responds, and that's good if you're in a trashy area. And a lot of our areas are very trashy if you've been around the channel very long. One of the things to notate about this machine is it does have a built-in rechargeable battery. It is a Type-C port. It is one of those things where if you look at this, you may confuse it and think that it looks a lot like an Apex, just with a blue outside hardware. This is nothing like the Apex, completely different. Even the charge port has been moved from behind the cable where it was kind of awkward on the Apex to the side, away from that micro USB to that Type-C, again, just making it easier where you don't have to worry about which way your cord is facing. I have used this machine for 6 hours in a row without charging it. It only dropped 1 bar on the battery for me, so the battery life is really good. The weight of the machine with the factory coil, which I believe is the 8.5 by 12, is right at 3 pounds, but in the future when Garrett drops the other coils like the Viper coil and stuff like that for it, we could get down to that 2.5 pound range, guys. So if you're older or if you're younger, like my daughter, this could be a very good machine for you, because it's not going to put a lot of effort into having to hunt. Your back's not going to hurt, your shoulder's not going to hurt, you're not going to have to worry about switching arms. It's not like you're carrying a brick. It's very ergonomic. All right, guys, we're back at home. I'm going to show you a couple of features on the Vortex that we did not talk about earlier in the video, one of which is the completely redesigned arm cuff back here. This is something that a lot of people will overlook. However, this could be a big problem point for you if you're out in the field and this thing breaks. They've redesigned this thing completely with a new type of material. Look how flexible and bendable it is. You could throw this thing around in the back of your truck. It's not going to break. This is good material. I love the new blue color. I'd like for you guys to chime in below though and let me know, do you like the new color scheme that Garrett came up with? Also, I wanted to show you guys how this thing collapses real quick. Basically, all you have to do is just loosen this point up right here. This collapses, loosen up right here, and then you have one press button, and then boom, you're completely down to size where you can backpack it in and out, which is a huge deal for guys like me that are going way into the backwoods to do their detecting and hunting. So again, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on Garrett's new machine in the comments below. If you want to see more on this, be sure that you're subscribed, because we're going to be doing a ton more videos, and we will catch you guys in Friday's adventure.